Priestess Transmission. Conversations beyond the noise. Where truth rises and the soul remembers. You are here. Take a breath and arrive. This is the Priestess Transmission with Lilly. A sacred space beyond the noise. Where ancient wisdom, soul truth, and the divine feminine rise. Here, we remember who we truly are. Here, your heart, your voice, and your soul are honored. Step into the conversation and let your inner priestess awaken.
Welcome, beloved. Take a breath with me. Let yourself arrive fully here. Not in your thinking, not in your doing, but in your being. Because what I'm about to share with you today is not just information. This is a transmission. There is a frequency moving through the collective right now, especially through women. A deep remembering, a shedding, a quiet something that uncomfortable knowing that life that you've been living is no longer aligned with the woman that you are becoming. And if you are here listening to this, you can feel that. Even if you can't fully explain it yet, you can feel that the edges of something is falling away. You can feel that the pull towards something that's more to be true. There's more expansion, more you. And I want to say this to you very clearly. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are being initiated. The woman you're becoming cannot live on your current life reality, your current life timeline. And so we are being activated. There comes a moment on our path where your life, the one that you've built, the one that once felt so deeply aligned, the one that once felt safe, no longer fits. And it doesn't happen all at once. It's subtle at first, a feeling, a disconnection, a quiet voice within you whispering, there's more. And this is the part that no one really talks about, the identity death. Before you rise into your next level, something has to fall away. Your identity. The way you've been seen, the way you've been showing up, the patterns that you once protected you are all now making you small and limiting you. And this can feel like grief, feel like confusion, feel like that you're stepping in between the two worlds. And then there's a truth drop. But hear me when I say this. You're not lost. You are an initiation. There has been moments on my journey where I knew I could not go back. Even if I tried, even if it would make it easier, if it had been easier, but something within me had already expanded. And once you expand, you cannot unsee what you now know. And this is it. This is the reason I have created what I'm about to share with you. Because the space of the in-between the two identities, the pendulum swing, this is not something that you're meant to walk alone. So I have opened up a beautiful sacred container, the Temple of She, a 9-month Priestess Initiation that begins on May the 19th. This is not surface level coaching. This is deep, cellular, transformational led initiation. This is where you release who you've been and becoming the woman who came here to be. We walk through 9 sacred phases: the clearing, to remembering, to embodiment, to the voice, to wealth, to leadership, to rebirth. There is a moment on every woman's pathway where she stops becoming who she thinks she should be and starts remembering who she actually is. And that moment is not always comfortable. It is not always clear. It often feels like uncertainty, like identity dissolving, like standing between 2 versions of yourself, the one you've known and the one that you are becoming. And this is what I call the in-between space, the threshold. This is where most women pause because it requires something new, something from them. It requires letting go of who you have been in order to step into who you already are. And that is not surface level work. That is identity transformation. That is you becoming. And this is why the Temple of She exists. The Temple of She is a 9-month initiation. It is a sacred container for women who know she is ready to show up and want more. Unapologetically, not wanting to give herself permission, she owns permission in the room. More truth, more depth, more embodiment, more leadership, more of herself. And this is not an idea, this is a lived reality. Inside this temple, you are not being fixed. You are not being added to. You are being witnessed as you shed what no longer serves you. You are being guided as your nervous system expands to hold more of your truth. You are being activated to use your voice, your leadership, your power, and you are being held. As the old identity dissolves, the new one will be born. This is not coaching. This is initiation. This is a sacred process where you no longer are trying to become something new, but remembering that you already were her. And everything that is not aligned with the truth will fall away. And I want you to feel this, not from the mind, but from your body. Does something in you respond when you hear this? Does something soften or even expand or even resist? All of that is welcomed here because that response is your soul recognizing this invitation. So, that being said, the Temple of She begins on the 19th of May. And this is not something you join. This is something that you will be initiated into, a space that you are held in 9 months container through clearing, remembering, expansion, embodiment, voice, leadership, and rebirth. Until that woman, you have always been beneath it all, fully lands and arrives. So I will leave this with you. You do not need to be any more ready. You do not need to have everything figured out. You simply need to be willing to meet yourself, willing to be full and true can emerge. If this is speaking to you, if you can feel this resonance in your body, then trust it. You are not hearing this by accident. I'm sacredly calling you in. You can reach out to me directly or follow the link in this podcast to the Temple of She. And if you do, I will meet you there. and you are welcome. Not as who you've been told to be, but who you truly are. So my closing invitation to you is, you don't need to join the space. You are initiated into it. And if your body is responding to that feeling right now, if you feel expansion and something, even a little bit of fear, then your soul is recognizing the doorway. We begin on the May the 19th, and I would be deeply honored to walk beside you inside this temple space.
Thank you for listening to the Priestess Transmission. If you feel called to work with Lilly, visit priestesslilly.com to explore sacred healing, guidance, and soul activations. Until next time, step into your power, remember your truth, and let your inner priestess rise.